Hi, I'm so excited to share with you how to create this beautiful photo composition using Adobe Express. Adobe Express is this wonderful little app that runs on your mobile device. You can use it anywhere, anytime. Mix up your photos, make collages, add AI generated imagery, and so much more. So let's get started. Open Adobe Express on your mobile device. I'll be showing you on my phone. And the first thing we're going to do is across the top menu, we'll select Photo. And we're going to start from your own photo in the upper left corner. Tap your photo library, and I'm going to choose this photo that's on my phone already. Wait a second, bring it right into Adobe Express. And there's a cup, but there's a lot of other stuff there I don't want. So we're going to remove the background just by tapping that in the bottom menu, and now I just have a cup. I can move it around, I can even change the size, but I kind of like it this size, so I'm going to leave it like that, but move it over towards the right. Now I'm going to get some flowers, but I don't have any photos, so I'm going to search from the stock photos at Adobe. So type in flowers and scroll through to find what you want. I'm looking for a flower that has a stem. There's one. So I'll pick that. And it also has a white background, which I'm going to remove. So tap remove background. And now we'll just see the flowers without the background. I'm going to move them over so that they look like they're in the cup. Make them bigger just by grabbing a corner and stretching. Move the cup down a little bit. Move the flowers down into the cup. Oh, but I'm going to actually flip them over so they're facing the other way. So we're going to scroll over to transform and do transform horizontally, flip horizontally. So now the flowers are pointing into the composition. I also want a background, and for that I'm going to use the AI feature in Adobe Express. So tap Generate, type in your prompt. My prompt is going to be a grassy field with some perspective. And make sure to tap Photo because I want it to look like a photograph. I got some nice ideas here, nice images. I want the one with the more sky, so I'm going to pick that. If you don't get what you want, you can generate again on the same prompt. Then I'm going to enlarge the picture so it fills the background. I'm actually going to make it even bigger because I want more sky, less grass. But now it's covering everything up. So I need to move it to the back. So I'm going to go into my picture, go to more, and tap move to back. Now the image of the grass in the sky is behind the flowers in the cup. I want to change the color of the flowers a bit so that they pop more against the sky. So pick them and tap Effects. I'm going to choose Duotone, and then I'm going to scroll through and pick a nice warm kind of yellow-orange color for my flowers. That pops out nicely. And then I'm going to show you a little trick to give the flowers a shadow. Tap the flowers and then scroll all the way across the bottom menu to More and tap Duplicate. And now you'll have two copies of the flowers. You can see them kind of like offset from each other. So first thing we're going to do is I want the shadow to be on the right hand side. So I'm going to take the one I just made, which is actually to the right, and use transform, and then nudge it over so it's more towards the left. Okay, it might be a little confusing, but just go ahead and do it. It's going to work out just fine. Okay, now I'm going to go and open up the layers, and you'll see the top two layers are both flowers. I'm going to pick the second flower layer, and that's the one that's actually now more towards the right because I moved the top one to the left. Go back to Duotone and pick the dark or dark gray color. So it looks like a shadow, but we can go a little bit further with this and make it even more realistic. So with that image, the shadow image still picked, we're going to slide across to the adjustments, and we're going to go all the way across to that menu to blur, and then slide the blur slider up somewhere past 50%, and that really softens the shadow. So we're going to zoom in here so that you see the detail of the softness on the shadow, and that's looking pretty good. I'm going to do one more thing, go back to that bottom menu, and we're going to go to opacity, and I'm going to slide the opacity slider over so that the shadow is sort of transparent, and we can actually see like the edge of the cup and everything and the texture through the shadow, which makes it much more realistic. So things are looking really great with our flowers, our shadow, and our composition. Then we can go ahead and we'll just add a title to this with some text. So open up the text menu and scroll through, pick whatever you like. I'm going to pick this one that says Merry and Bright, and I'm going to change it to be the words I want. So I'm going to pick that. I'm going to first of all make it bigger just by grabbing a corner, dragging it, and I want to get rid of the red and sign that's in the middle there. That's not really part of what I want. So if I pick the image and I slide across to more, I can slide across this menu as well and choose ungroup. Now each part of the more and bright is a separate piece. So pick the and sign, and we're going to delete that. So scroll all the way across to the trash can and tap that, and it's gone. Okay, so now we have more and bright, but they're black, and I want to make them colors that are taken from the flowers. So I'm going to highlight bright and go in with my eyedropper picker and choose one of the pink colors from the flower. Actually going to change Merry to be days, so just highlight it and type the new letters, and then we're going to also tap the color for that one and go up with the eyedropper and pick a really bright yellow. All right, so it's looking pretty good, but the font a little weird. It's got some very, very thin areas that kind of make the letters look, broken up. So I'm going to find a new font. So just tap one of the words and scroll through the fonts. You've got hundreds and hundreds of fonts there. Lots to choose from. So I'm going to pick this one called Courage Regular. Change days to the same font first so it remembers the font. And then I'm going to make the word bright a lot bigger, and then maybe slide it over a bit to make a better composition with it and days. Slide that one over the other way, and it's looking really good. So you can do the same. Pick some images, pick some photos, your own photos from the stock library, AI generated imagery, change the colors, add some depth with shadow, and add a title, and you're going to create a beautiful photo composition.